Alright, another game for your viewing pleasure. This time it's against North Raptor. I'm playing Nin, because Nin is fun. And I actually just got through playing a game against North Raptor that I lost playing Nin, because I drew all mana going second, and he got Omnath out on turn 2, and proceeded to attack for 4, and then attack for 7 or 8, and then attack for a lot more damage, and that was basically it. That's the way this commander is. Honestly, I don't know why people who play mono green play anything but this guy. This guy's so much stronger than all the other commanders. Not only is he single-handedly able to just kill your opponent in 3 attacks usually, but he only costs 3. He mana ramps you effectively by doubling your mana every turn. And it's just ridiculous. He's not like Azusa, where you have to draw forests. He's not like the Seton Scout, where you have to draw lots of other druids. All you need is some lands. And this guy just goes off. He enables all the big, powerful green spells that win the game. All the card drawing. He has huge power and toughness to break through. He's got high power and toughness, which is good with cards, or greens, power-related card drawing. I mean, he's just all around insane. And in fact, if I were to ever play a mono-green deck, this is definitely the guy I would build around. In fact, it's kind of tempting. Probably look into it. Anyway, here we go. This is quite a cool game too. And I've got a pretty solid draw, minus probably having a third land, but unfortunately I'm going second. And he's starting with an elf, which is going to complicate things. I'm going to be facing Omnath before I can really do much. And this is like where it's so devastating, because assuming he has a 4th mana, he plays a 4th land, attacks for 4, floats his mana. On my turn, I just play another land, or I cast maybe my Trinket Mage or something. And next turn he goes all the way up to, he could even go all the way up to 9, hitting me for 9 more damage, or 10, and then casting like a 9 mana spell. It's just insane. Like, how can any green guy even be close to this in terms of strength? So 4/4, B for 4, strip mine. Ugh, so devastating. Like, at this point in time, I mean, I lose the game if I don't draw a land right now. That's it. But fortunately, the deck delivers an island. Once again, the decision is fairly simple, since we pretty much going to have to hope for a good opportunity. Hope he gets a little greedy, floating mana over 2 turns, and I'm able to Into the Royal and reset all of his mana, and then counterspell the Omnath on the way out, lapse it first, and then crumple it away, which would probably give me a very, very good long-term shot at the game. So I go get Crypt, just ramp a little further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 6. But God, man, he just doesn't even have to draw that many lands. I mean, 7 mana on, what, turn 4? This is his turn 4, I think. Sick. And you're attacking with an 8/8. What a ridiculous commander. He's going to take the 8 here. I'm already 1 hit away from being dead from it. It's insane. And he says done, which is very nice. And I actually top deck Rolling Earthquake, which has interesting long-term ramifications. So I royal with Kicker, and he's got this horrible thing. Oh, Jesus. Such a beating. Fortunately, off the thing I drew off the Into the Royal, I drew an island. So not even thinking, like, I figure I need a ramp anyway, but just this allows him to replay his Omnath anyway, because he's still got mana floating. So sick. So hits me for 10. And I've got Mana Crypt in place, so don't forget that. Now my plan, of course, is just a Rolling Earthquake. Down to 10 now. And he's still got 5 in his pool, and this bastard, so he could do things like flash out Acidic Slime or whatever. So brutal. Take a hit, I'm at 17. And I'm about to make an atrocious play. So unfortunately my eyes are just locked on this 5 here, and my brain thinks, oh, I'll just need to Rolling Earthquake for 5 to clear the board. And so I do. Quake for 5. Notice that 6/6 right there? Yeah, I think that's probably a bad plan. when your opponent has Omnath in play, you quake yourself down to 11, and you have Mana Crypt in play, and he has enough mana to almost effectively pump it. Well, he does have enough mana to pump it to lethal next turn. Yep. I've got nothing left to do but just play Nin and chump block and hope to top deck, I don't know, Treachery or something. But here's where things get a little interesting. So, if you're this guy, what's the play? The play is very simple. Attack with Omnath, right? Force me to block with Nin, kill Nin, then cast something after combat. That's totally the play, right? Because I can't not block, because this thing's going to hit me for, he's got 5 floating, he's got another 5 to pump into it. That would make it an 11-11, and I'm at 10. Instead of that, he gets greedy and casts Tooth and Nail before he even attacks. And I'm happy to lapse that. So now this weird rolling Earthquake play actually looks a little better. I take the 2, untap, survive the crypt hit. I'm at 8. Now it's kind of, I know he's going to draw the Tooth and Nail next turn, but now look at all this mana I have available. So now he's just casting it regularly. But I have no idea what's in his hand. There's no way I can let that go. So we're just going to crumple it right away. And look at this. Totally out of mana. All he's got is a 1-1. Again, he could have just sent Omnath in. But he doesn't. I have no idea why. Which gives me the luxury of shooting for 6. Of course, if I had I would have left 3 floating anyway. Right on top of the deck. Treachery. But now I just have to solve the crypt problem in time, but I'm getting lucky by not taking damage from it. So first things first. He says, Mana Crypt going to kill you. We'll see about that, North Raptor. Thirst for Knowledge. Getting Soul Ring, Tidings, Cyclonic Rift. So good. This is one of those reasons why I play with the Tidings, because sometimes you're just in a situation where you don't have time to deploy Nin, and having this very powerful compact card draw is really nice. So I Tidings into Shackles, Future Sight, and Condescend. Redeploy Nin. Suddenly looking very, very good. He casts Calorian Hydra, which is meaningless given that I've got Shackles, but I decide I'm just going to Condescend it anyway, because with the Counterflux in hand and a bajillion mana, all I'm trying to do right now is just dig to a way to bounce Crypt, because I feel like it's the only way I can lose the game at this point, by getting unlucky. So make him pay 1. Plus he can't follow up with like a bird or something. And I see a Fellwar Stone and Forbid. Forbid is kind of tempted to put them both at the bottom, given that I really need to draw a bounce spell, or Karn or something, and Into the Royal is already gone. But ultimately I decide that Forbid is just too strong with Nin in play and this much mana. So I'm going to keep it. I win the flip again, so all my fear is for naught. Thank you for the Hydra. Play land. Done. And you've all seen this scenario before. Nin plus Shackles plus Forbid. Yeah. It's pretty hard for any deck to beat that, much less mono green. And I love how he casts Vigor here. Let's see here. If damage would be dealt to a creature you control other than Vigor, prevent that damage. And I've got 5 islands and a Shackles in play. Well, end of turn. I feel like drawing 9 off of his Hydra. Boom. And then he goes AFK for a long time. You can see his clock. He's at 25:35. Big chunks are disappearing here. If you would know better, you'd think this is a bug game. And I say, dude, where did you go? This is such a close game. Of course, it's not at this point. I just wanted to play it out. Wanted to see what was going to happen. Finally, he comes back about 4 minutes later and says, hello, sorry. And off of those 9 cards I have drawn, Muddle the Mixture, which of course is Snapcaster Mage, which of course is Into the Royal, which of course solves the Mana Crypt problem. So his one potential out to victory, the door has completely closed. So now it's just academic mop-up. He asked me if I've tried Stuffy Doll, and I said, it's kind of win more. If Nin is out, you're basically winning. Which is basically true. He says blocks stuff, too. I guess it does. I don't really care too much about blocking. Blash act as well. Okay, whatever that means. So I guess cast into the Royal, don't even bother to kick it. And I've got the Crypt back in my hand safely. Steel Vigor. Discard a bunch of crap. You cast that guy, and Predator Ooze. I'm just going to put that back in his hand to draw. End of turn. Shoot the Mage. Boom. Who needs Stuffy Doll? All my guys are indestructible. Yeah, this is going to get ugly for him in a hurry. It would have been fun to play this to the conclusion by having Nin shoot herself. Pump Nin up to 20 damage and attack for 20 in one turn with her. But after getting a land, I play this. My opponent, North Raptor, sees the writing is truly on the wall and packs it in. So despite my awful play at the beginning of the game, despite his fast start, Nin, the Pain Artist, pulls it out once again. This deck is just too damn good. More games to come. See you later.